Welcome back, and this is still Spotlight with China's on Captain Television here in Abuja. And I'm being joined by Ambassador Moses Kolawole, who is a public affairs analyst and the CEO Stratec Properties Limited. He joins me live in the studio. A very good evening, sir, and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you for coming. Before we begin the program, I would want you to see a video of the Nyesom Wike and what he said in River State concerning the APC National Secretary. Please, let's have that video.
If I don't say this, let me warn those who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you collect, and you open your mouth to talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your National Secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before.
All right, Ambassador Wike, you could hear Wike sending a response to the National Secretary. Say, tell your secretary. And I'm wondering, how significant is this development? Did you anticipate this open confrontation at this moment?
Yeah, thank you once again for having me. I would say that there's really nothing new when it comes to politics. Nothing should catch you unawares. Anything is possible in Nigerian politics, because it's, for crying out loud, you now have a seemingly a big fish in their net, in the person of Governor Similai Fubara, right now in APC. He will surely quickly start making alliances and start getting a few persons to be in his own side, so that he can consolidate his stand, coming into APC. I will tell you for free that the Secretary of APC, Senator Ajibade Bashir, responding to firing, the missiles at Nyesom Wike is normal. It's nothing to be surprised about. It's just showing that, look, Fubara also is gathering some followership, is gathering some few people who are feeling like we're going to speak for you, we're going to fight for you, we're going to be there to be able to support you, especially now that you're in our side. But that's really there is a way that you check the strength and the what I would call the worth of an individual. It is not how smart you can speak, it is not your grammar, it is not whatever, it is how many votes you can bring to the table. So at any point in time, Wike has demonstrated a massive capacity to bring votes, and so nobody can wish it away. Yeah.
But then the defection of the governor from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress automatically means that Wike loyalists are now his loyalists, and that's followership.
No. It doesn't automatically mean that Wike loyalists are his loyalists. No, can't you see that the people that first of all fired the first shot, even after movement, where the State Assembly people, even the Speaker fired the fact that the governor is not doing anything, and that the governor is busy spending money, sharing money, and all of that. So all is not well with River State yet, because again you must understand, Wike is trying to bring something to the table. He's saying why we reconcile is the fact that I'm trying to paraphrase and I'm trying to summarize what is not the unspoken word. The unspoken word is that, hey guy, you have just one time to do. Just like we had Ambody. Ambody did one time and they booted him out. Ambody was a very good guy, fantastic chartered accountant, very solid person if you're going to look at from every angle. But they said, no, we halt you at one time. And that's exactly what they did. But maybe it was actually the master of the game, Tinubu himself, that actually was able to contain Ambody and showed him out. But Wike must learn finesse when it comes to managing people. It's not brute force. Wike is speaking so much and using a whole lot of force. I think he really needs to be a whole lot more strategic. He needs to be a lot more stylish in his approach, so that you can manage, because all we're talking about is who control the voters in Rivers. Governors' influence cannot be underestimated, for sure. But Wike is the master of the game for now. The influence of Wike is much more than the governor. You understand? For now. But maybe for him jumping down to APC right now, we can really get a whole lot of welcome, a lot of people who are going to warm up to him and all of that. But it's not rule yet. It's not something to hail to think that all is well with the governor. No. I think for the governor to have a smooth sail, he must be able to revisit back. What did you discuss with Wike? Did you agree that you're going to do only one time? If really you agree that, can you go back to him and you guys sort things out? Because I tell you, what people don't get...
we thought before now that these whole issues have settled, the whole dust have settled, because from the time the president steps in and fast forward to the suspension and everything, now the governor resigning from the People Democratic Party to All Progressive Congress, we thought that all of that should have settled the dust, or don't you think?
Yes, it has settled the dust to a certain extent, but there is one item that raises the dust, one item, and that is that you will not do second term.
But why has he been constantly opposing the re-election of the governor?
Because maybe the governor has someone else that he wants to bring. Let me tell you, you see, the kingmaker, they don't want any of the kings that they have installed to be as powerful as they are. If you do two term very successfully, you will become a kingmaker in yourself, because you will bring in the the successor. But usually kingmakers want to be able to determine how long you are there. If they allow you two term, it's just because they allow you. You understand? So what you see, both of them are trying to do something. They are pushing for who controls the electorate in Rivers State, who controls the vote in Rivers State. And up until now, Wike has been controlling it. But if Fubara is able to do second time, Fubara will match Wike strength for strength. That's really what it is.
But now, what the constitution of the APC states is that the governor of a party or a state is the leader of that particular state. I'm wondering how much influence or interference will Wike still have at this point? The constitution.
Let me tell you, three states totally negate that. Lagos State, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, will not say that he's in control of the state. It is still Asiwaju that controls that state. The president. Even when Babajide tried to remove the speaker, they went back and said reinstate the speaker, and they reinstated it. Even when all the governors, leaders, and everybody, in fact, it was like 95% of the states.
Okay, let's just say maybe that was able to happen because the current president was once a former governor of the state.
Yeah, so this guy also is saying that just like you have a kingmaker there, look at what's happening also in Kano. The governor right now is trying to actually pull his own weight, but Kwankwaso is saying no, I control Kano. I brought you there and I still control Kano. So the point I'm trying to say is that it's not an automatic thing to say because you are now a governor, you automatically control whatever happens there. No, it is not the books. It is the influence. It is the number of people that you have raised, the number of people you've sent to National Assembly, the State Assembly, the local government chairman, all kinds of persons that you have influenced, that you have groomed over the years. So your influence is enormous. So a governor who is still fresh is not going to come in. Right now we are having that tussle between Kwankwaso and the governor of Kano State. So don't think there is an automatic thing to say the governor of the state is the leader of the state.
Yes, the party's constitution.
Yeah, that's what the party. But we all know that it is not just by the constitution; it is by influence. Election and democracy is about the number of votes that you can wield. That's all. Anybody who can garner the biggest vote actually carries the day.
You were saying the support. I'm seeing the support of the APC National Secretary to that of Fubara, and some other political figures. It does look like Wike feels threatened, or he's losing control of Rivers politics.
Yes.
Do you think so?
Yes, something like that. Wike feels that if you could install the first person and you do 4 years, and he install the next person and he does 4 years, it will continue to be the biggest boy in Rivers State. And that, so two people are fighting for the control of the soul.
The governor has the right to contest for a real.
He has the right, but whether Wike's people, Wike's structure will be put behind the governor is a different stuff. It's going to be a very interesting thing to watch out for in 2027. Whether the governor will be able to win the second term in Rivers without Wike. If he does that, the political strength of Wike would have been totally brought to almost nothingness. But Wike is telling you that even if you go to APC, if you don't have my backing, the person I bring from any other party, whether PDP or any other place, if he has my backing, he will beat you, and we will still vote for the president, but we may not vote you. I think the safest thing to do really is for some, rather than Ajibade Bashir, the senator, the secretary to APC, putting fire, putting all of that. That will not solve that. I think it should be more strategic than that. What he should actually do is to say, hey, Wike, come. These are our guys. Just like the president said, he said, I now have a new son. I think it should be somebody that they should be able to trust for second time.
But
and then,
are you not having this feeling that the fact that Wike is not even a member of the APC as much as he's a member of the PDP and working for APC,
Let me tell you that is not a member of APC. Even makes him more powerful. It's a bigger tool in the hands of Tinubu. It's a tool that Tinubu has used to really unsettle PDP, because whenever they want to discuss, he has the right to be there to hear them, and he also has the ears of Mr. President. What a powerful thing! Your opposition, you are there.
I think APC will trust him that much, No,
he's not APC. He's because
he told his brother.
You say what?
I said, you remember the saying that he who sell his brother to.
No, he's not selling his brother. The point there.
His party.
No, he didn't sell his party. You must come from. You must understand where all this started. Atiku sold the party. Atiku picked what naturally belonged to the South. PDP constitution clearly states that, look, power is going to be 8 years in the North, 8 years in the South. Not finished 8 years with the person of Muhammadu Buhari, and Atiku still wanted to retain in the North.
Okay.
And that was really.
But he destroyed the party.
No. What he's saying that I will ensure that the power does not go to the North. He's not destroying. He's reducing their. Listen, because if you don't get this, you're going to be. If you don't understand what's happening, the power game is that power must stay in the South at all costs, whether in my party or in another party. Because if a party cannot really keep his own rule if Atiku never respected the rule of the party, to have said, okay, you know what, we've said 8 years there, 8 years there, and this we've done our own 8 years, irrespective of whether Atiku was saying that, okay, if he must go to the South, he needs to go to Southeast, and they're asking him. When power went to the North, he went to Katsina, South, that's Northeast, Northwest. He went the second time. He went to what's it called? That's the first time was what's his name? This man, the president that died, Mr. Adwa. It was Northwest, Katsina. The second time he went to Buhari, Northwest, Katsina. And now when he wants to go to the South, we are saying that no, since some persons have ruled in the South and the Southwest, that must go to Southeast, and they are saying no, it's not your own to dictate. The power only moves in two swing, not South. When it goes to North, they decide any of the three regions, any of the three zones where it will go. When it goes to South, the Southern people will decide any of this. It's not for you to microzone. So that's where all the challenge, that was what moved 5 governors away from that was the beginning and end of PDP. When 5 governors moved away, Wike, Otom, Mashayi Makinde, I think 5 of them moved out. That is what started it. So it's not Wike. Wike is still consistent to say, you know what, power must stay in the south. Now, if you must stay in the south, they have also understood that if you don't allow it to remain with the person who has done the first term, it will be more difficult for you to give it to someone else. So if, for instance, they said Tinubu only do 4 years, Obi come and do 4 years, the chances of Obi winning against someone like Atiku will be very difficult. So they are saying, since it is here, that's just saying with Buhari did 8 years straight. Allow Tinubu to do 8 years. That is all that Tinubu is Wike is fighting for. Now, whether you now say whether he destroyed his party, he wasn't the first person. It was Atiku that violated the rule of the party, and 5 governors moved out. That was the beginning and end of PDP. So right now, anything that is happening, you can't blame him on Atiku. Atiku is on Wike. Wike is still consistent with his take. Power must remain in the south for 8 years before it comes back to the north, and my preferred candidate, apart from himself, is Tinubu. So when he realized that he couldn't get the ticket of PDP, which as according to him, which this guy snatched from him, that's Atiku, he said, okay, don't worry, I'll support someone else.
Again, people will still argue that if you're not comfortable in my house, I think you should rather go to someone else's house or go to your own house. Now, if
who owns PDP? Let me tell you, Wike owns PDP more than Atiku. Atiku has jump shifted several times. Wike has remained consistent there. Wike has sponsored PDP more.
But we can't say at this point that Wike is still a loyal member of the party.
Atiku is not there also. The issue there is...
I'm trying to say, if Wike felt uncomfortable with all that happened, the zoning and everything, don't you think it was right and of course, for the sake of his integrity, to leave the party entirely?
No, he's not leaving the party. Did you leave your house because a stranger came to destroy it? Atiku was a stranger when he came.
Do you rather destroy your own house? Or
no, he's not destroying the house.
Because would you cut off the head because it has because of headache?
No, don't get it wrong. He's not. Wike is one of the smartest, politicians we have. He first of all understood the fact that even while I want my party to win, I still will not allow the one zone to shortchange one region. Northern region should not shortchange the southern region, and I totally agree with that. So first of all, when the region is done, when we know that the power is now in the south, that's when you now go back to now say, now that the power has been zoned to the south by the 2 or 3 major parties of the day, you now go and just see it which side in the south should you go. If you go to southwest, fantastic. If you go to south, good. If you go to southeast, fantastic. Any south is fine by me, but not north. Let it remain in the south. Look at, we are talking about the ticket of ADC, for instance. Atiku is he backing to take the ticket in ADC? When very easily, the best combination for them in ADC would be that Obi combines with Kwankwaso. Nothing can be as powerful as that combination. That is, Kwankwaso settles to become the vice president while Obi is given the presidential ticket. That would be the strongest for whatever. But Atiku is still saying till yesterday, till the last day, last minute I checked, that he still want to pick the ticket. If Atiku picks the ticket and Obi joins him as the vice president, they have lost before they even begin. You will see APC rejoicing. Because the South will not vote Atiku because they know that it's their turn. Then the South will even not vote Obi because they will say that you betray them. Obi has better shine than Atiku as at today. So if you now go and settle for vice president, nobody is going to vote both of you. So for me, I think we should, as you interrogate politics, as you try to get whatever, you must put your eyes on where the problem started and how it is now snowballing into several stuff. The problem does not start with Wike. Wike may look like somebody who just talks anyhow, who doesn't have finesse to manage. Just like if you see Tinubu is not saying anything, just keep quiet. Wike's tactics may not be keeping quiet, may just be talking everywhere, but check, it's been consistent. He remained in PDP, he never moved. For over 26 years now, he has remained in PDP. He's one of the largest sponsor of PDP. Most consistent, biggest sponsor. You now say because he doesn't like what somebody, that person hijacked the house.
Now, let me get your thoughts on what you make out of the National Secretary call for Nyesom Wike. He has called the FCT minister to resign for interfering in the affairs of the federal executive.
Let me tell you, Nyesom Wike is.
Some people are asking, is this the bridge for Wike? It does look like some members of APC are beginning to team up against him.
Look, it's not for you to team up. The person who has sent him is the one that would say whether the guy is delivering. As of today, Mr. President is the one to decide, is the one to check, is the one to mark Wike's scripts. None of them, nobody there has the level of strength that Wike has. None of them. He has delivered in every area. He tackled the number one contender, number two, he tackled the two of them for Tinubu. He tackled Atiku. He brought Atiku. He's the one that has caged Atiku. Number one person that has made all of the platform that Atiku would have sat on comfortably to be able to. The guy went there. So the guy is the one of the biggest fighter, not Ajibare Bashir. No, not the senator. So when he's now calling for resignation, how dare you? You didn't appoint him. How can somebody who never appointed me is calling for my resignation?
Well, he's making reference to the fact that he's not a member.
Forget about the membership. Membership as
a stranger or interfering in your private affairs.
The house member that, according to you now, were they not there when Wike was picked as FCT minister? As an FCT minister, is like number 2 man. Let's even just say like number 3 person in the hierarchy of what's it called, executive. Executive, yes. Because when you just say the president, is the respect that you say the vice president. After him, who next? Who is bigger than Wike there? Look, it's not how much you just because you say it's our party. It's our party because somebody make it happen. Some people made it happen in that party. And Mr. President is very clear. He's a knowledgeable guy. He understands the worth of each individual. He knows whether Ajibade Bashir will be able to deliver anything for. Was it not? Why didn't they make him the FCT minister? Do you know what it is to be FCT minister? There are only two commanding people around. Is either Tinubu and Wike, who have capacity to be able to move things.
Wike is that powerful?
Yes, extremely. That is the one that look is rattling. This is the seat of all of the enemies of the president, and so he's rattling them, making sure that whether it is their economy that is not going well, whether it is their property that is being challenged, he's using all kinds of things to be able to unsettle them. Because when you distract them, then the guy can have rest. That's what he has done. Wike has worked powerfully for this particular for Mr. President. And he knows it, and he's the only one who can mark his script. He's not Ajibade Bashir. He's totally not. He cannot be the one judging the script of Wike. Wike is doing very well. He's making sure that FCT is improving in terms of infrastructure, whatever they are delivering. Still, the guy has his hands on the politics of Rivers State. Now, if you ask me that maybe Wike should use more tact in managing stuff, yes, I totally agree with that. Like you see what's happening with Umahi and the state governor. Umahi is the federal minister, top federal minister in this cabinet, but he's also giving space to state governor to run. Fantastic. And a few other persons who still are serving as federal minister while they have their state governor. Correct. Maybe Wike is a bit overbearing. That's correct. But that is his personality. But it doesn't mean Wike delivers. You see, in politics, it is not how fine you are, how clean your English is, how polished you are. Nobody wants how you can be polished and you are useless. You're just fine, but you cannot deliver even your word. If you can't deliver well, you're useless. They will tell you that you don't have political weight. You are featherweight politically, because it is the number of persons.
And that in the Federal Executive Council, that's the fake.
Yeah.
You feel Wike is more powerful than the APC.
Correct. He's totally more powerful. They are not mate at all. They are not. Yes.
Even not as a party member.
No. You see, you must separate between governance and party stuff. Party thing, yes, he's the secretary, he has whatever now. President is not a member, he's not a party man now. There's chairman of the party. Okay, it's just like you saying that the chairman of APC is more powerful than the president. Is it correct? The fact that Tinubu is not the chairman of APC, the chairman of APC is there, but we never tell you that because I'm the chairman of APC, because normally in Nigerian politics, I'm talking about Nigerian politics, outside the country is a different ballgame, but in Nigerian politics, the chairman of a party is not more powerful than the president. So the members too, there are a few persons in the federal cabinet that are more powerful than quite a number of them, like the secretary.
No, we've seen this controversy. It's almost like the drama in River State politics is almost like every week new drama, every day new drama, and in all of this, the people are the ones who suffers it. The people of River State, because when it comes to governance, they're being left out. When it comes to development, and of course public confidence, how would you address and how would you assess all of it in placing the people of Rivers and that of a political tussle in River State?
Let me tell you something. I think it's time that we address issues. Look, Babajide Sanwo-Olu wanted the speaker to go. The president stepped in once and said, return the speaker. He never tried it again. He left it that way.
Okay, so what
even against his own will, the governor muted. In fact, he succeeded. They removed the speaker. For some time, they had an acting speaker. This woman, I've forgotten her name now, stepped in as the new speaker and all that. But he went back and said, no, return this guy. And they accepted because they saw him as a leader. I think, again, it was too early for Fubara. Fubara started the fight too early. You came in, someone said, look, in the hierarchy of the people that were lining up, you weren't the person to come in. Look at what you have with Ododo and Yaya Bello. Ododo continuously work with Yaya Bello. Look, I'm not saying whether this is the best for the masses, but I'm telling you, for you to see.
I was going to ask, do you think this godfatherism is the best?
No, let me tell you, when you say there's godfatherism everywhere in the world, everywhere, it is how you...
Or is it best for Nigerian politics?
No, let me explain something to you. There's something good about godfatherism. It is how they are playing it that is wrong. Let me tell you, somebody, we call it mentorship. They tell you in a business, get a mentor. Some people will pay to have a mentor, a very solid one, to say, okay, you know what, I'm in this business and I know that you are ahead of me in it. Please mentor me so that I can really move fast the way I'm seeing you move. That's mentorship. Now in politics it's the same thing. Maybe Fubara will never have smelled to even be able to be a chairman of a local government if Wike never picked him up and brought him up. Now you are the governor. Be calm. Take it easy. Now even if you're going to overgrow it, even Obasanjo said, he said, my first time they gave me woman, they told me how to marry her. He said, but my second time, now me go choose the woman, now me go decide how to marry her. You see, it's there, but we must manage it. I think it is more of Wike applying more wisdom and tact to manage the whatever. It is not godfatherism is not a totally bad idea. It is the way we flaunt it at the face of people as if anybody who has brought you up is a bad person. Somebody who brought you from obscurity to stardom, is he a bad person? No. But if you are now being like, you are not recognizing, you are now flaunting it, that's what must be managed. I've just told you about Umahi and the current governor. You understand? So,
right, Ambassador, our time is up, and this is where we'll have to draw the conversation forward. Today, thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate. And as the battle for political control in Rivers continues to unfold, one question remains unavoidable: who truly bears the cost of this power struggle beyond party lines, defection, and personal influence? It is the people of River State who must live with it. The consequence is delayed development, uncertainty, and divided leadership, or simply another chapter in an ongoing rivalry. One thing is clear: governance must become collateral damage in political wars. River State deserves leadership focused on progress, stability, and well-being of its people. The conversation will keep bringing you the conversation as it unfolds. But before then, thank you for joining us on the program this evening, and do have yourself a great evening ahead. And may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I am Chinaza Ase. We'll see you on Friday again.